Hello, welcome to another video. This is another in our series of fall Thanksgiving decor. Now, I was inspired by these sort of blue-green hydrangeas I had in the garden. You know that hydrangea? I had blue hydrangeas that are turning green right now. It's very subtle. It's sort of like an interesting dusty blue-green. And then I found this. This is so cute. I'm a sucker for bird cages and all things birds. And this I just thought was so adorable. It's 3 little ceramic white birds in a bird cage. It doesn't open, so you can't really do anything with it, but I thought this would be a wonderful as a little accent piece on a flower arrangement. So I decided to do a wreath arrangement, elevated off the table on a cake stand with this little bird in the center here. So let me show you how this is put together. It's actually 3 pieces. So what we have here on the bottom is just a white cake stand like this. And it's sort of a, a rustic kind of white with a little bit of aging, and it's wood. And this is a 10-inch ring foam dish. So it holds water in here because it's solid. It's not a hollow. And it's about 6 inches opening here and 10 inches in diameter, which fits this just about perfectly. In fact, this fits kind of awkwardly. It's not quite big enough to hold the bird cage. It could fall through, and it's not, and I can't put it inside. So what I did is put a little riser, which is just a little dish here, a little white dish in here, and put the bird there so it rests on the dish instead of on the wreath itself. So that's how this comes together. So now you see how we're doing it. I'm going to put this back in here. That ring I have already soaked in water, that floral foam ring, and I've greened in a little bit with that pale minty blue-green hydrangea and some Dusty Miller. I have Dusty Miller in sort of 3 little clusters here, and then this blue-green hydrangea throughout. I haven't done it all, I just did a little bit just to show you. Now, the challenge with these foam shapes like caged foam or rings is always to cover all that foam without the arrangement looking too heavy. And so I went to the craft store to see what else inspires me. Sometimes, buying things inspires me. So I found these wonderful velvet pumpkins in these great colors, these muted blue, white, and pale green, which is exactly echoes the hydrangeas I'm using. It's very subtle. I like that pale green, this pale sort of icy blue, and the white together. And these are just little velvet pumpkins. They did not come on these stakes. I'll show you how we put the stakes on. This is how they come in a pack like this. So they come like this, and because this is fabric, it's hard for the picks to go through. So I just poke a hole in it like that. Okay. So I bought 2 different kinds, the blue, white pine cones, and the others were the green, white, and pine cones. That's how they come. And they're very inexpensive. I think they were $7 for a bag, and it was like 50% off, so $3.50 for a bag of these, right? What a deal. And then what I do is I just use these wired picks, use the pointy end in here, and pale it in there. And then I just cut the wire part off. Now you can use other stakes that don't have the wire, but this is what I had, and the hyacinth stakes are too thick around, so I did not use those. So these are pretty good. I do like the wooden picks because they're square and they sort of expand a little once it goes in the foam. So whatever you use, put in there is very secure. Okay, so that's how I made the pumpkins. And then the pine cones that came with it, I just wired onto these picks. Okay, so we can put them in the arrangement. All right, let's get started. So I have this greened in somewhat with the blue-green hydrangeas and the Dusty Miller. Then we're going to add in our little pumpkins in clusters of 3. I'm going to do a large green pumpkin here, with maybe a smaller blue pumpkin here. And then maybe a white pumpkin right here. So like a cluster of 3 pumpkins here. That's really cute. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Another one here. Maybe here would be a good place. We'll do a large blue pumpkin here and a smaller green pumpkin here. And then maybe a large white pumpkin on the bottom. So as I was greening in with hydrangeas and Dusty Miller, I left some space for you doing the pumpkins. Okay, I'm going to move that over here. Do another cluster of pumpkins here. Let's go ahead and do the large blue pumpkin here. Small green pumpkin here. And then maybe a small white pumpkin here. Then I'm going to put in the pine cones. Put the pine cone here. Another one here. Oh, maybe up here. Okay, turn it around. Pine cone here. There's no rhyme or reason. Just wherever I think I want to put a pine cone. I like the dark green with these blue-green colors. The dark brown. It's very nice with these blue-green colors. So I was just basically inspired by the colors in the garden, right? This is another interpretation of fall. Fall doesn't have to be always reds and oranges and burgundies. It could be these kind of muted colors. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to put our little bird cage in here so I could have an idea of scale. Okay. Isn't that cute? A little wreath of flowers. Those are already so cute. But we're going to do a little bit more, right? So there's these beautiful yellow berries. And now these are natural berries. Isn't that gorgeous? I thought I would do sort of an asymmetrical design here, where I'm going to put one tall branch here on the side. And then I will repeat these berries just sparingly throughout the arrangement. Put another one here. And I have some shorter sprigs here. I'm going to do an opposite side here. There we go. So we've got these golden berries throughout the arrangement here. And I just thought it's just really pretty. It's a wreath, but it's asymmetrical. And then we're going to add in some flowers. I have 2 roses we're using today. We're using these beautiful golden apricot roses called Cavendish. Love this color. I thought this is a beautiful color to go with the muted blue-greens. And it picks up the color of the berries. We are also using a vanilla yellow-white rose. It's a spray rose, actually, but look at how large they are. They look like roses from the garden, which you all know I love. This is called Candlelight Spray. Beautiful. And then I found some of this golden apricot carnation. Carnations are wonderful in wreaths because they have a low profile, so they'll set nicely in there. And we're going to use some of the golden maple from my garden. Look at this sprig of maple. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So pretty. We're just going to use a little bit of it in here. Okay? All right, so let's start with the roses. I have some cut short here, so I'm going to pull from here first. Okay. This is the Cavendish rose. You'll see how this just Makes everything pop. We're going to use a carnation down here. Okay, you see how that's already coming together? You can use a candlelight rose. That's another really great thing about these low profile roses. They bloom large, but they're flat. For these wreath arrangements, you don't want things to stick out too much, right? So we'll do that here. It's almost too big for here. Let me find another spot for it. Okay. Okay. Another apricot rose there. Let me pull one of these golden carnations. I have not seen a carnation this color before, so when I saw it in the market, I thought, this is perfect. It's gonna be gorgeous here. Okay, and then I have sprigs of this incredible Japanese maple. We're gonna put a little bit here and there. You see how that really, really pops. That maple, so gorgeous. Okay. Okay. Use another stem of this carnation. Okay. Let's see, do we need another colorful rose here? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Really gorgeous. It's almost too big for here, huh? Let's see if I have a smaller, less bloomed out candlelight rose. Yeah, here we go. Here's one here. More of a bud. I'm going to put it up here. Okay. I think we're almost done. I think we need a little bit more of the maple, so I'm going to cut some of this to use. And I'm cutting the parts that have that golden color, the gold and the green. Beautiful. Do any of you drive around the neighborhood and want to cut from other people's gardens? I do. Oh, there's so much beautiful stuff as I'm driving around. But I haven't. This is from my garden. This would be a spectacular centerpiece, I would say, for the holidays, for Thanksgiving. And then you can do different colors for Christmas. You don't have to do the pumpkins. You could take away the fall colors and put in maybe white and green for Christmas, or red and green, or red and white, whatever you like for the holidays, for Christmas decor. So you can use this prop for different holidays. I'm putting some around the perimeter because I want to make sure that we don't have any bald spots. Okay. I think we are pretty much done. Oh, I also bought some artificial berries to use. These are sort of grayish and they're kind of cute. So these actually came like this, in a big bush like this. Now I originally got it because I thought it looked great with the white and the birds, right? But then I just did not like how fake the foliage looked. So I decided just to pull all the foliage off, all the fake leaves off, and just keep the berries. So we'll add a little bit here and there just to give it a little bit of movement. We almost don't need it, but I bought it, so let's just use it a little bit here and there. I think that little bit of white and gray looks really nice with our arrangement. And since we're not using a lot of that yellow berry, this will give it a little more dimension. I think that's too big a sprig over there. Maybe something like this. Comes out like that. There we go. I like that. Okay, let's put some over here. It's kind of tight here. Okay. You know, the hardest thing about using these fake stems is cutting it. It's so hard to cut through. You have to have really heavy wire snips, and even then it's hard to get through. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see what I did was just cut off these, or just pull them off. You see how these are, the fake leaves I think are really tacky. But the berries I like. Oops. Pull some of the berries off. Oh well. I found that there's segments in here, and if you work, there's like little slots cut into the plastic. If you work it back and forth, you can break it off, because sometimes you just can't get through it, even with heavy wire snips. See, it comes right off. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna move all this stuff so you can see our finished product. So it's basically a new take on a wreath arrangement. So instead of the usual candle ring with a candle in the center, we have these adorable birds in a cage, but basically it's a wreath arrangement or a candle ring arrangement. Okay, I'm gonna put all this over here so you can see our finished product. Okay, isn't that cute? I love this. I love the colors, the textures, a very sophisticated and subtle take on fall, without the reds and oranges, but with sort of a subtle apricot with blue greens, silvery blues, and white. Well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment to let me know what you like to see. And I will see you in my next video.